Welcome back to Behind Closed Files, where we delve into the most chilling and baffling cases. The Murdaugh family murders: power, corruption, and tragedy in South Carolina. The Murdaugh family, a prominent legal dynasty in South Carolina, had wielded immense influence for nearly a century. 3 generations of Murdaughs served as solicitors in the Low Country, cementing their legacy in the region. Alex Murdaugh, a high-powered attorney, was the latest to carry the family's legal torch, working at his family's law firm, Peters, Murdaugh, Parker, Eltsroth, and Detrick. The Murdaughs were known for their wealth, connections, and control over the justice system in the area, making them a seemingly untouchable force. They lived on a sprawling estate in Hampton County, where they entertained powerful individuals and enjoyed a lavish lifestyle. Alex and his wife Maggie had 2 sons, Buster and Paul, and the family's reputation seemed untarnished for years. However, beneath the surface, cracks began to show. Paul Murdaugh had a reckless reputation and was involved in several troubling incidents. The most notable occurred in 2019 when a boat crash, with Paul allegedly at the helm, resulted in the death of 19-year-old Mallory Beach. The Murdaugh family's legal power shielded Paul from immediate consequences, but lawsuits against them mounted. Unbeknownst to the public, Alex Murdaugh's financial situation was crumbling. He was secretly embezzling millions of dollars from his clients and law firm. His elaborate fraud schemes, opioid addiction, and his family's involvement in mysterious deaths would soon set the stage for the tragic unraveling of the Murdaugh legacy, culminating in a shocking murder and national intrigue. On the night of June 7, 2021, tragedy struck the Murdaugh family when Alex Murdaugh discovered the lifeless bodies of his wife, Maggie, and their 22-year-old son, Paul, at their Moselle estate. Both had been brutally shot, with Paul found near the dog kennels and Maggie further away, near the family's property. Alex placed a frantic 911 call, sparking an investigation that would soon shock the nation. Paul was awaiting trial for the 2019 boat crash that resulted in the death of Mallory Beach. This looming court case placed significant pressure on the family. Paul's legal troubles had already attracted negative attention, and tensions were high. Some speculated that the murders were an act of revenge tied to Paul's upcoming trial, but as investigations unfolded, attention turned toward Alex. In the days following the murders, the case took unexpected turns. Questions arose about potential motives, but no immediate arrests were made. Instead, speculation grew about Alex Murdaugh's role. 3 months later, in September 2021, Alex became involved in another bizarre event, a roadside shooting, where he was wounded in what initially appeared to be an assassination attempt. However, Alex later confessed to hiring a hitman to kill him, so his surviving son, Buster, could collect a $10 million life insurance payout. This admission cast suspicion on Alex, and the investigation into the family murders took a dark turn as the public began to question the entire Murdaugh legacy. As investigators delved into the murders of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh, a web of financial scandals involving Alex Murdaugh began to emerge. For years, Alex had been siphoning millions from clients, his own law firm, and even settlements intended for families he represented. Among his most egregious acts was stealing $4 million from the family of Gloria Satterfield, the Murdaugh family's longtime housekeeper, who died under mysterious circumstances after a fall at their home in 2018. The shocking revelation of Alex's financial crimes coincided with the pressures surrounding Paul's trial over the fatal boat crash involving Mallory Beach. Alex's actions were motivated by a deep-seated opioid addiction and a desperate attempt to maintain his image as a successful and powerful attorney. However, as the truth unraveled, so did Alex's life, culminating in a staged suicide attempt in September 2021, where he conspired with a hitman to end his life and secure a life insurance payout for his surviving son, Buster. In October 2021, Alex was arrested for stealing settlement funds from the Satterfield family. The probe into his financial misdeeds exposed over a decade of fraud, embezzlement, and betrayal. The once revered Murdaugh family had now become synonymous with scandal, deceit, and ruin. As the financial house of cards Alex had built crumbled, leaving behind a trail of victims and unanswered questions. By the time Alex Murdaugh stood trial for the murders of his wife and son, public interest had reached fever pitch. In 2022, evidence surfaced linking him to the crime, including phone records and conflicting statements about his whereabouts on the night of the murders. Prosecutors argued that Alex killed Maggie and Paul in a desperate attempt to divert attention from his financial crimes, which were on the verge of being exposed. The trial was intense, revealing a portrait of a man whose world was collapsing. Testimonies painted Alex as a man driven by greed, struggling under the weight of his fraudulent schemes. Despite his claims of innocence, the jury was presented with overwhelming evidence. Key moments included footage showing Alex near the crime scene and the timeline discrepancies he provided to investigators. In 2023, Alex Murdaugh was convicted of the murders and sentenced to life in prison. His fall from grace was both swift and staggering, transforming from a powerful attorney into a convicted murderer. With his conviction, the saga of the Murdaugh family, once revered in South Carolina, came to a tragic and ignominious end. The trial left many unanswered questions, particularly regarding the other mysterious deaths linked to the family, but it marked the conclusion of one of the most gripping legal cases in recent history. The Murdaugh murders, along with the revelations of financial fraud and unexplained deaths, exposed the dark side of power and privilege, illustrating how a family could rise and fall so dramatically, leaving a lasting mark on the South Carolina legal landscape.